Well, some of you may still be cleaning up the damage from last night's storms. It is severe weather season, and there are people here at News 8 Now and the National Weather Service working to keep you safe.
News 8 Now's Jordan Fremstad shows us the work they do to predict what is more complicated than you might think.
Most of us know the feeling when we break a sweat from that sticky, wet air. It's one of the main ingredients of severe weather season.
I take great pride in trying to forewarn people.
We usually will see it developing a day, two, sometimes several days out.
There are people who work to get complex information to the homes of people in the La Crosse region.
We might issue an alert day to kind of help people focus on that day and make sure they're extra weather aware, pay extra close attention.
The tri-state area is not a hot spot for big weather events.
It's fairly uncommon to get a real strong tornado in our area, but it's not unheard of.
If it comes this way, get ready. Come here, Sylvia, come here. Sylvia!
May 22nd, 2011, many of you will remember.
I get a call saying, can you get into the station? And the minute I stepped off the bed, the lights went out.
The National Weather Service in La Crosse totaled 6 tornadoes in our area, including 3 EF2 tornadoes, some of which produced winds of 120 miles per hour. Wisconsin had 33 tornadoes in 2018. Southern counties average 1 to 2 tornado warnings and 5 to 10 severe thunderstorm warnings each per year. Even though it's rare, the possibility keeps these people working during these months.
We've got a very warm, humid air mass. We've had a report of a 58-mile-per-hour wind gust at the La Crosse airport.
We might have to work extra hours. We might have to do extra graphics, put in extra time. But you know what? That's one of our main jobs.
Storms coming in across the north here for
Corey Malice is coming up on 28 years at WKBT.
I know a thing or two. Blown a couple of forecasts here and there.
His team knows how tricky this science is.
The atmosphere is fluid, so that makes it difficult to predict what's going to happen down the line.
The way we get our data is that weather balloons are sent up all over the world.
Those balloons don't go up everywhere because 71% of the Earth is water. There is land where there are no people.
So you have an incomplete photograph. For tonight, 65 showers and thunderstorms.
The first alert team still has enough to make accurate predictions.
All of that data basically is fed into a supercomputer or several supercomputers that basically give us a snapshot of what the atmosphere is doing right now.
There's a lot of different layers to the atmosphere, and what we're looking at is how those layers are going to change over the next several hours or the next several days.
These could produce some torrential downpours.
Which is why they issue alert days 3 days in advance.
We don't want to get too specific, and we don't want to alarm people when it might not be necessary.
Let's go back to the radar here.
The days where the atmosphere is obviously flexing its muscles means there's no time to waste.
We rely on the broadcast side of things to get that message out.
The lead time for tornado warnings is 13 minutes.
Unfortunately, Mother Nature doesn't work on a 9-to-5 schedule.
It is for southeastern Winona County, southeastern Buffalo County, northwestern La Crosse County. Not only are we doing cut-ins as needed on the air, but we're also updating our social media platforms. We're updating our website. We're updating our News 8000 app.
And so there is a lot going on, and we have to stay very focused.
The first alert team works with the National Weather Service to make sense of everything happening at once.
They work great with us, relaying information that they get.
It's our job to make sure that warning, that information gets out to as many people as possible.
People's lives depend on what they know.
And of course, recently, flash flooding has been a huge concern, especially over about the past 10 or 15 years or so.
If you don't think severe weather affects you, consider Bill Grall's 20-plus years of weather forecasting.
That could be just that you're lucky, you're fortunate that it hasn't happened in your neighborhood or your location just yet, or maybe it means that you're due. So the weather affects everybody.
All of these experts will tell you, after every event, there's room to improve.
I think a loss of life is the ultimate failure.
Meteorology is about 80% science and it's about 20% art.
Sometimes an extra 60 seconds is all it takes to get you to a safe place.
But I think we always think of ways that we could have done it better.
Makes for really crazy days for them trying to pull
yes.
all that information together so quickly. And then always remember, you can download the News 8 Now First Alert Weather app on the Google Play and also Apple App Store.
The National Weather Service also has some great resources. We do have a link to that information on our website, news8000.com.